35M. Banning my sister-in-law, 29F, from my house after she let my parrot out of his cage? 35M. Have an African gray parrot named Oscar that I've had for 11 years. He's incredibly smart and means the world to me. I've spent thousands of hours training him, and while he's fully flighted, he only flies free in my house when I'm supervising. My wife's sister, 29F, who I'll call Jen, has always been a bit of a boundary pusher. She thinks she knows better than everyone else about everything. Last weekend, we hosted a small family dinner. Before everyone arrived, I made sure Oscar was secure in his cage because he gets anxious around new people. I explicitly told everyone, especially Jen, who had made comments before about how sad it was to keep birds caged, not to open his cage. During dinner, Jen excused herself to use the bathroom. About 5 minutes later, we heard a commotion from the living room. I rushed in to find Oscar flying around panicking, and Jen trying to help by chasing him with a dish towel. Literally the worst thing you could do to a scared parrot. Oscar was so terrified he flew straight into a window and fell to the floor. I nearly had a heart attack. I carefully picked him up and checked him over while Jen stood there saying, "I just wanted him to have some freedom, and he's fine, stop overreacting." Thankfully, Oscar wasn't seriously hurt, just stunned, but he could have died. Do you know how many birds break their necks flying into windows? And African greys can live 50+ years. This is a lifelong companion, not some goldfish. I completely lost it. I told Jen to get out of my house and that she wasn't welcome back until she could respect our rules. My wife backed me up in the moment, but later said maybe I overreacted and should forgive her sister since she meant well. I found my wife's sister using this site to fake images, parrots to show how cruel they are, and it really made me upset. Oscar has been displaying stress behaviors all week, plucking feathers and being unusually quiet. I'm standing firm on the ban, but my wife is now asking me to reconsider for the sake of family harmony. This might affect my marriage as well because Jen is after all my wife's sister. What should I do? Nope, fuck her. But I'd also invest in some locks on doors or even the cage itself. There will always be some idiot or unsupervised kid who mean well and want to feed a pet or let a pet out or do something stupid. She'd probably tell you to just light a candle to soothe it, and kill it that way too. Some people just don't get it. Glad your critter is okay-ish. Jen didn't mean well. Meaning well equals listening to the people who are in charge of the pets or the kids. Hill to die on, man. Hill to die on. The effects of your sister-in-law's actions are both visible and continuous a week after this happened. This bird is supposed to live until 50, and that's under the best life conditions. This should be a hill to die on. You can't compromise Oscar for some dozy cow that thinks she knows best about everything and her enabler, your in-laws. I'm not saying, divorce your wife, but I am saying that if she wants to allow her sister into your house again, the compromise is that a lock needs to be put on that door. You then wear the key to around your neck at all times. Nope, she crossed the line. That is your pet, your responsibility. If she cannot see that she is on the wrong for doing something that you specifically told her not to do, you cannot take the risk of letting her back into your house. She is not a child. She is an adult. Treat her like one. Ask your wife why she's so insistent on putting her sister before you. She said, she means well, no, everyone has excused her shitty behavior for years that why she does these things, now she's telling you you're overreacting. You got a wife problem. My wife backed me up in the moment, but later said maybe I overreacted and should forgive her sister since she meant well. And now you know who's one of the enablers in that family dynamic. Your sister-in-law isn't a child, time to stop treating her like one and show her that actions have consequences. I would never let someone like that back in my house again. 29M, hooked up with my straight friend, 30M, and now I'm not sure what to do. This one is a little not safe for work, so be warned. For context, I am an out and proud bisexual man. I invited my friend, Jeff, over last weekend. His girlfriend, who honestly sucked, had just left him, so the plan was to order pizza and get cross-faded and watch movies and just shoot the shit. Well, the weed I bought was a little stronger than advertised and we were pretty fucked up after finishing a joint. The beers didn't really help either. We ended up talking about his and his ex's sex life, how it was pretty bad from beginning to end. We started talking about sex in general and he kept asking a bunch of questions about gay sex. Eventually the talk and the weed got me kinda bricked up and he noticed. He asked if he could go down on me just to see what it was like, and I'll be honest, he's really attractive and back a few years ago I had a pretty painful unrequited crush on him. Thought it might be healing, so I said yes and he did. It was kind of amazing. We ended up in my bedroom and we went all the way. He stayed the night in my bed and when I woke up way too hungover he wasn't there. I called him and he didn't pick up, texted him all this week and he never responded. If I had to guess, he's embarrassed. I don't want to hurt him, and if this is just him experimenting, that's fine. I was a safe person and he trusted me, and if he's decided he isn't into that kind of stuff, I just applaud him for trying something new and discovering himself. I'm scared he hates me now. The only way I know he's alive is that he's been posting workout stuff on Insta. I want to give him space to work stuff out, but the silent treatment is kinda killing me, and I want to hear that he doesn't think I'm a bad person for saying yes. Any advice is very welcome. Edit. Just sent him one last text that said, "Hey Jay, I want to give you space, but I hope you know that I never meant to hurt you, and I'm really sorry if I did. I know you're probably going through a lot right now, and I'm sorry for putting more on you when you were in a vulnerable state. I won't say the other night didn't mean anything to me, because it did, but I'm more than willing to leave it in the past if it means I get to keep being your friend. You saw me as a safe space and I betrayed that trust, and I hope I can earn that trust back. Text me when you can, please. Miss you, man." If he doesn't answer this, I think I need to just admit defeat. He was my best friend for 8 years, and I'm just a useless fuck-up that can't keep it in his pants. I don't think I've ever been more heartbroken. Our friend is straight as a circle. Jeff is not straight. He is probably having a difficult time accepting that. I know waiting is hard and it's unfair to hook up and then ghost, but you have to let him accept this on his own. You guys are friends, he just ended a relationship, he considered himself straight, and you both were high. Those are 4 very good reasons he may be feeling confused and regretful now. I think you may need to accept that this was something that permanently changes or ends the friendship. Stop reaching out to him. Let him reach out to you if or when he's ready. Just send him a text of what you wrote in your last paragraph here, then give him time. Oof, that's a lot. Sounds like he needs time and space to process what happened. You've made it clear that you're open to communication. The only thing you can do now is give him space and time to process. Yes, maybe he just needs time to process. But is it possible that he feels you took advantage of him? As you relate the facts, that would be unfair, but he might recall the facts differently. Or he might regret his choice, and be convincing himself that it was not his choice. My girlfriend, 29F, is always getting hit on and tells me about it, 30M. My girlfriend and I have been together a year, and she is a beautiful woman, so it is never a surprise to me that she catches a lot of people's eyes. Whenever she goes out with friends or traveling, she will tell about how she will strike up normal conversations with men and they always end up hitting on her or asking her out. I know she tells them she has a boyfriend, so doesn't give them her number but will give out her Instagram. After this happens, she will text me being like, "You will never guess what happened," and tell me the details about the men hitting on her. I don't get upset or anything. I understand that she is an attractive woman and men will give her attention. I am just trying to understand how I am supposed to react when she immediately tells me about it, like she seems entertained by the experience, but it makes me feel uncomfortable. Do I say something, or do I just swallow my discomfort and try and get over it? She can't help if men hit on her, but she is in control how she reacts to it. I personally would have a problem if my partner gave out their Instagram to people who hit on them. Giving her Instagram is suspicious as fuck. That's basically the same thing as giving her number. There's zero reason why a person in a relationship should give her contact to a stranger who wanted to hook up with her. Emo, that's not an acceptable behavior, and I would have a serious conversation about it. Edit. As it was pointed it out to me, she could be giving her IG just to protect herself against dudes who can't take no for an answer. So to clarify, only if she interacts with them it's inappropriate. If she just ignores them, it's fine. IDKY, no one is saying it. But she's giving anyone who hits on her Instagram. I've only been with one girl that did this. She cheated. You should say something. If it makes you uncomfortable, it's totally okay to let her know. You're not being insecure, you just don't need a play-by-play of every guy that flirts with her. If she's doing it for attention or validation, that's worth a convo. Respect goes both ways. She's putting herself out there. Tell her your discomfort and not give out her Instagram. I am 18, my girlfriend F18 hung out with her ex today. My girlfriend of 2 months. Today she just bought her first car, which she earned up to all by herself, as well as her license, which she will be getting in a month. We were supposed to hang out tonight after she had picked up the car and baked a cake with another girlfriend of hers. I asked her what time she would guess I could come over. She says to me that her friend and her ex are going to pick up the car and then bake. She referred to him by name, and then I asked her, "As in your ex?" She responds with, "Yes. And if you find that super weird, I can drag my mom with instead. She can't drive yet, so she needs to people with a license." I respond, "If that is fine by you, then I am not one to stop you." I feel like it's so early in the relationship that I am scared of coming of controlling. It was so unexpected of her to do that. And for her to say, drag her mom, as if that's a cumbersome task. How about asking me to go? I was doing literally nothing all day and she knew. Do I have the right to feel unjust since I didn't clearly state my discomfort in that? I could have done it. I said what I said to see her out. Is she really that type of girl? I am really bummed out as I wouldn't in a million years even think about even seeing my ex. I feel like I've just uncovered a part of her that isn't possible to change and the only real option is to cut ties, to save myself in the long run. How about you say what you actually feel and don't say things you're not actually okay with? Communication is the biggest thing in a relationship. Go talk to your girlfriend. She'd rather celebrate her big achievement with her ex than you? Yeah, I'd be out. I would cut this relationship off. Like you said, it's brand new and she's willing to do this? It's not normal in a healthy relationship to see your ex and barely mention it to your partner. Or casually mention it like it's nothing. Save yourself the heartache and heartbreak and the countless fights that will come in the future and just walk away to be at peace before you become more involved. Info. 1. Why did they break up? 2. Does she hang out with him for any other stuff? 3. She needed someone with a license. Why didn't she rely on you? 4. How would she feel if you went with an ex of yours to go do something while she waited back at her home? That is incredibly hurtful, disrespectful and shows her allegiance is more to her ex than you. Sorry mate, that relationship is doomed if that is what she thinks is acceptable. Nah, this girl is wild for that. 2 months in and she already ditched you to hang out with her ex? On a day you were supposed to spend together? That's not just inconsiderate, it's straight up disrespectful. Then she says she'd rather drag her mom than ask you? That's her showing you exactly where you stand, not even an afterthought. You weren't being controlling at all, she just made it real clear you're not a priority. Believe what her actions are telling you, and take this a learning experience about communicating and setting boundaries early on. Good luck, bro.